Okay, lesson 15. We're going to solve a system of equations, but we're not going to use substitution on the first step. We're going to eliminate or cancel either variable. So you can choose which one. Whichever one is the easiest is what I recommend. So you need to look at them and think, if I add these two equations together, will either of the variables cancel? And right now, if I add them, this would be a 5x and this would be a negative 1y. So no, neither one would cancel. So what I want to do is I want to multiply one of the equations by a number so that when I do add them together, one of the variables will cancel. The easiest one to think of is this y, because this is negative 2y. If I could multiply this by 2, it would be 2y, and then when I add it to negative 2y, they cancel. So I'm going to multiply this entire equation by 2. You can't multiply just one term, so we'll multiply the whole equation. And we'll get 4x plus 2y equals 22. Now I still have this one. I'm going to rewrite it underneath it to make sure you can see this easily. Then I'm going to add the two equations together, and I'll get 7x here. These will cancel, and then I'll get 28. And of course I divide both sides by 7, and I get x is 4. Now, so for the first step, I did not use substitution. I used something called elimination, or in some textbooks they call it cancellation. But to find y, I can use substitution. So I'm going to go back to this original equation right here because it's the easiest one. And I'm going to sub in x. And then I can solve for y. So y is 3. Again, these are equations of lines. So 4, 3. This is my answer. A point of intersection. Let's try another one. Now you look at these. It's not going to be as simple. I can't just multiply one of them by something. I can't, there's no integer I can multiply one of these equations by, and I'll end up with the opposite of the other. So in that case, what you do, and I always say just pick the first one because it's easier to look at. This is a 4 and this is a 3. This is a negative 3, isn't it? So this 4, I'm going to multiply to this one. And this one, I'm going to multiply by positive 3. Now what did I do? I used the 4 and a 3, but I changed one of their signs. Not both of them, just one of them. Now look what happens. When I multiply through, I get 12x plus 9y equals 51. And here I get negative 12x plus 16y equals 24. Now they are opposites. And when I add them together, they'll cancel. Now I add these together, I get 25y. I add these together, I get 75. Divide both sides by 25, and I get that y is 3. Again, I'm going to take the y and plug it back into something and find x. So I'm just going to pick the first one because none of them are any good. They're both equally as difficult. So I just picked the first one. So I get 4x plus 9 equals 17. So 4x then is going to be 8 and x is going to be 2. So my point of intersection then is 2, 3. So re-watch this video as many times as you need to, just so you can understand how to do it. And I'm sorry if that got off the screen. I'll show it here for a minute if you're copying down.